Hi to everyone in YouTube land, Yachate, Grossaus, Texas, Privet, ¿Cómo está? Hey, Johnny the Practical Nurse here today. It's kind of a wet, windy day out here in Central Texas, so I decided to make a couple of videos today to kind of tell you about a few things, answer some questions that some people have had, friends of mine and whatnot. But today, we're going to talk about how many mags do you practically need, how much ammo do you practically need. Now guys, today's discussion, the most important thing I want you to understand is this is the minimum. This is a minimum of what I recommend. Having had the situations in my life and some of the experiences in my life, this is just the minimum that I recommend. Guys, the other thing I want to really impress upon y'all is you know where you live, you know where you are. What works for me may not work for you. What's practical for me may not be practical for you. Just keep that in mind, okay? And let's go on with this. So, when it comes to ammos and mag, guys, I tell also people is what is it, you know, that you have your firearm for, and which firearm do you have? Do you have a pistol or do you have a rifle? So let's start off with pistols, okay? That's kind of an easy one, and I tell people because no matter what you use your pistol for, personal defense, plinking, whatever, 4 is the magic number, guys. As for how much ammo, well, make sure you have enough rounds for every single mag. So if you have 15 round mags and you have 4 mags, have 60 rounds loaded up and ready to go in your mags, and then have an additional amount of ammunition stashed away, or at least put away somewhere where you have access to it, but it's on standby, okay? Studies have shown people that in police gunfights and stuff like that, you know, that for every 15 rounds, maybe one hit its intended target. Maybe. So watch some of these videos where people are shooting it out and you see how much ammunition is expended, you know, and out of 15 rounds, guys, they're saying that maybe one probably hits its intended target, okay? For rifle, guys, I'm going to say this. Let's go back to why you have your rifle, okay? Now, contrary to what Kathy Lee on the Today Show said, who had that question, why do you need that? Why do you need that AK-47? I believe was her exact words, or something like close to it. Well, Kathy Lee, let me tell you and everybody else, it's none of your business. It's none of your business why I have my rifle. It's none of my business why my friend has his rifle. It's none of our business why anybody has their rifle. They have it for a reason. But let's go down kind of the list of what it is. But in the end, guys, remember what you want to tell Kathy Lee? It's none of her business. Kathy Lee, it's none of your business why I have my rifle. Why I choose an AK-74 or a 47 or an AR or an SKS or any other firearm for that matter. It's my business, okay? Have a good day with that. Go drink your wine, sweetie. Alright, so why do you have your rifle, guys? On a nice note, okay? Do you use your rifle for plinking with the buddies? You know what? I would say probably you would only need, guys, minimum of 4 mags. Now, don't forget, guys, this is what I tell everyone. Remember back in your history how everyday plinkers and hunters and farmers fought for the freedom of this country. As much as I hope it never happens again, we've already had to fight for our freedom, haven't we? And those of us in Texas had to fight for ours too. So that said, people, if you think you're just an average everyday plinker and you're never going to have to use your firearm for anything other than going to the range of the boys, what would happen if you came across a group of armed people while you were going to the mall to pick up something for the family, and they were all armed with firearms and started shooting people in the parking lot in the mall? And you have this. You're just an average everyday plinker. You go to the range with your friends and that's all you ever intended. Okay? What would you do? It's a question that each of us have to look in our hearts, okay? Me personally, I can tell you right now. Your move, Scooter. Okay? Simply that. Simply that. Okay? How many mags does that person need? Start off with 4, guys. if you're just going to pretty much intend to go to the range with your buddies, have 4. How much ammunition? Well, again, guys, this depends on how many rounds that you feel comfortable with carrying, i.e. the capacity of your mags. If you feel comfortable with the 30-round mags, all right, have 30 rounds for each mag. If you're going to carry 4 mags with you guys, 120 rounds, and have 120 rounds stashed away somewhere, okay? But still where you can get to it. If you feel comfortable with a 20-round maggers, guys, like I have for my SKS, four mags for that thing, 80 rounds plus 80 rounds, additional for that one. Guys, keep in mind what I said about the everyday farmers, okay? And maybe having to step up. Again, I hope it never does happen, but we probably know it will. People with their intentions of forcing their ideology on us, they're not going away. They're not going away today, and they're not going away tomorrow. Okay? I just want you to keep that in mind. If you think you're an average everyday plinker, just keep that in mind, okay? Those of us that use our rifles for property, personal defense, possibly even survival, the magic number, guys, is 7. 7 mags minimum. Again, if it's 30 round, guys, 210 rounds. Have ammunition in them at all times, okay, guys? And have 210 210 rounds off on the side, okay? Those of you that believe that there's going to be another war, and again, guys, I pray that it never does happen, 11. The reason I bring up that number, guys, is because all my friends that went to Iraq and Afghanistan and have fought for this country, guys, on somebody else's shore, 11 seemed to be the magic number. My day, guys, when I was in the military back in the 80s, we carried 7 mags. Okay, carried 7 30-round mags with us, which for M16 AR platform, you could really only put 29 rounds in a 30-round mag. That's another discussion for another video, and we'll get on that, okay? But trust me, bookmark that. We will talk about that. But in the last 2 wars, guys, that we've been into, we found out that really is the 7 magazine thing and just 4 grenades. It just wasn't enough. There's a lot of speculation as to why that was, but it wasn't enough. And again, guys, for another video, okay? So, guys, again, let me reiterate this. If you're an average everyday plinker, 4 mags, okay? If you're 30-round mags, 120 rounds for your mags, plus an additional 120 rounds. If you're like me and you use it for property defense, notice, guys, I haven't said home defense, guys, okay? Bookmark that. We'll get back to that too. Property defense, personal defense, and survivals, guys. 7 mags minimum. 210 rounds, and 210 rounds still in a box, in a package, whatever that you can still get to. For those of you who want to be defenders of this nation, 11 is the minimum, okay? Let's do the math, guys. 310 rounds, something like that. 330 rounds. Sorry, my math teacher is cringing right now. 330 rounds, guys, something like that. It never hurts to have more than not enough. And you would have the same amount off to the side. I'm going to tell you this, guys, when some people talk to me about magazines, and it's something that I really want to make clear also, is where it's made and how much your mag costs does not equate to reliability. It doesn't. Okay? If you ever have questions, guys, please talk to your friends who are also gun enthusiasts. If you're new with firearm enthusiast, gun enthusiast, firearm, weapons, whatever word you want to use, we all know what it means, okay? Talk to your friends. Watch YouTube videos. Go to gun shops. Go to gun shows, okay? Ask them what it is that they use. Ask them why, and why they prefer X over Z. And just find out. Keep an open mind, guys, because I use Bulgarian ISD, or ISD Bulgaria. I use Tapco. I use steel. I use whatever I can get my hands on. When I talk about cost, guys, I have seen $45, $50 magazines fail and fall apart more than my little $9.88 mag, my $7 mag, my $14 mags, and my $20 mags. I've seen them fail before these do. So again, guys, I'm going to stress that where it's made and how much it costs does not always equate to reliability. Guys, if you have any questions, please post them on the comments below, comments, anything like that. If there's anything any information I can dig up for you, if there's anything that you would like for me to review or anything, please don't hesitate. I believe that the information that I give, guys, is just my honest opinion and my experience. Again, where you live may be different. If you live in an apartment in New York City, you may not need that many mags, okay? If you live in Alaska, where you're a couple of hours away from any help at all, you may need more than that. Again, guys, what is practical for you, okay? This is Johnny the Nurse. Be practical in all your purchases and everything you do. Also, don't forget to clean your firearm every time you use it, because the time you need it, you don't need it to fail. Out.